it's that time again. Tuesday, the 29th, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Or is it Pacific Daylight Time? I don't know. Don't at me. But what you should do is head to our live patron hangout. Go to patreon.com/wehaveconcerns to find out how our monthly hangouts are, when we all jump onto camera or mic together as a family and chat about whatever is going on in our lives. It's a lot of fun. It's one of my favorite things that I do every month. I know Jeff feels the same way. And if you want to join us, just head to patreon.com/wehaveconcerns.
Alderaan and the Death Star. Both at fault.
Yeah, get over it, dicks.
God damn it.
This is We Have Concerns. Hi, Jeff Canada.
Hi, Anthony Carboni.
Hello, concerned citizens. We start a timer when we start recording the show, and sometimes I'm not. My finger isn't on the timer. That's a little inside baseball. Hey,
timer, dude.
If I can give everybody one piece of advice for their lives,
keep your finger on the timer.
Keep your finger on the timer.
Yeah. Where's your finger?
Right on the timer.
Good job.
And honestly, Jeff, my finger not being right on the timer was probably fine. Nobody would have even noticed.
But you had to say it.
But I had to say it because I was worried that I wasn't ready to start the timer. Because I'm a little neurotic, Jeff.
Are you?
A little bit. Have you noticed?
If I say I have, are you going to freak out?
I'm going to freak out if you say you haven't, because I'll think that you're hiding it from me. But if you say that you have, then yes.
Okay. Well, I have noticed that, Anthony. It's a
wow.
Yeah.
No, we've discussed it before. We've discussed being neurotic.
I think everybody's a little neurotic.
Sure.
There are no completely sublime people.
Hey, that is a great point, Jeff, and it is a point that has been in place since basically I think it's 2004.
Before that, nobody was neurotic.
I'm sorry, 1994.
Oh.
In 1994. Neurosis was changed.
So you're thinking of Nirvana.
Neurosis burst onto the scene, and Seattle and the world of music were both never the same again. Neurosis turned from a diagnosis into a personality trait. Before that, in 1994, you think about like Freudian physics. You know,
Freudian physics. Your mom thinks that gravity is a thing.
Yeah, your mom's an quark.
You've always hated how she imposes thermodynamics on everybody.
Yeah. So Freudian psychology, neurotic was a condition. We think about neurotic. We think about
Was that a clinical change that happened? Did
the
book
because
switched over?
Yeah, in 1994, the DSM changed over into much more specific diagnoses and mental disorders. It turned into things like social anxiety disorder, obsessive compulsive panic. We looked at these things that were generally like, that guy's neurotic.
Yeah. It's like, well, maybe we should be a little more specific.
Yeah, because what does that mean?
Yeah.
And since then, being neurotic is considered one of the big 5 personality traits. So it doesn't have a place in psychology anymore, but it has a place in research still in the human personality. And just like you're saying, it's not bad.
Right.
You can be on the low end, and that's a little dangerous because you should be a little worried sometimes.
Right.
You can be on the high end, and that's a little dangerous because, like, dude, chill out.
Right.
The big 5 personality traits, by the way: agreeableness, conscientiousness, openness, extroversion, and neuroticism. And you can see how having too low or too high of any of those in any given situation could be a problem.
It feels like that's not enough. I mean, I'm just learning about this now, so I haven't really thought it through, but those 5, it doesn't seem like it covers everything.
Well, if you think about them as a spectrum, right? So if you think about openness, right? If you're closed off, that can lead to a ton of different ways of expressing a personality, right? So if you're very closed off, like maybe it makes you seem secretive, stoic, unfeeling, that sort of thing. So even though these are the big 5, a lot of things fall inside of them.
Okay.
Now here is something that we've figured out. Being neurotic can lead to some positive things like quicker cognitive processing, increased motivation,
Right. You're more focused if you're freaked out.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's the way I look at it. Always be mildly freaked out and nothing can take you by surprise.
It's like having stakes, right? It's like the high stakes moment because you're on edge a little bit.
Yeah, everything is high stakes,
right?
Depending on where you fit into this. So something that we've shown is that on the whole, like negative thinking, neurotic people tend to live longer.
Really?
Yeah.
I would think the opposite because isn't stress the worst thing you can do to your body?
Right, and it seems counterintuitive. Stress, depression, a lot of things that can come along with being neurotic.
Sure.
Like, why do they make somebody live a little bit longer?
Yeah,
like,
do we have the answer to that?
What would you think it would be if you had to? Now that I've told you it's the truth,
you're more careful. You're more conscientious about your day to day. Like you're freaked out, so let's be careful. Let's think about what's going into my body. Let's think about not be doing such dangerous things.
Yeah, that makes sense. But it's actually, and that's what a lot of people thought. It's actually not true.
No.
There's a doctor who, Catherine Gale, a professor of cognitive epidemiology at the University of Southampton in England. England is really awesome because they had this massive voluntary study called the United Kingdom Biobank. Okay. And in the UK, everybody between 2006 and 2010, 500,000 UK residents between the ages of 37 and 73 self-reported a bunch of things about their health and mental well-being.
Well, isn't that the place that's would be the least neurotic? Like, don't they culturally have a stiff upper lip? I can't even say it.
They present a stiff upper lip, but
it's hiding a deep-seated neurosis.
Wow. I would say maybe a little more nervous definitely more nervous than we are on a whole. I would say so, but that may just be unfair stereotypes.
That's a cool project to say, we're just going to get data, right? This is a data collection operation.
Oh, so much stuff. Self-reported health, specific health behaviors. Do you smoke? Do you drink? How much do you do? Do you exercise? What's your diet like? What do you eat? Physical attributes. What's your blood pressure? What's your grip strength? What's your BMI? Reaction times, this was like a thing where people came in once a year, I think it was once a year, but it was definitely at intervals and just self-reported all this data.
Wow.
And that's super cool. 500,000 is a great sample size.
Yeah.
So
how do they get people to do that?
They just asked.
Free tea and crumpets.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was free monocles, free monocles and umbrellas. That's right. That's what I think England is. Come at me, England.
They won't. They're too neurotic.
They won't do it. They're so it's weird to be confrontational in that way over there. So Dr. Gale reached in to all this data and started sifting through for the people that were the most neurotic.
That's how you do science. You just reach into a bowl of data.
You reach into a bowl of data and whoever keys you pulled out, that's the scientist you go home with. Now that's going to be a problem.
Right.
Because maybe both scientists are married.
But maybe they've been hoping that this game would work out in the way it worked out all along.
Or maybe
they looked at each other from across the table and they thought, tonight's the night.
Maybe they did, but maybe they thought that a little bit, pulled out the keys, different set of keys.
Oh, no.
And then they felt a little relieved.
The data bowl gave them the wrong... It wasn't consistent with their hypothesis.
But did it give them the right data? Because by pulling out somebody else's keys, it caused them to freak out a little bit, back off, and go back home to their loving partners.
And they're still so unsatisfied, though.
Maybe they're totally satisfied and they think of it as, thank God we dodged that bullet.
But always wondering what would have happened if the data had given a different result.
If this is your first episode of We Have Concerns, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you have no idea what we're talking about.
There's lore. There's deep and rich lore. So Dr. Gale looked in and was like, okay, here's what's up. I have the same hypothesis as Jeff Kanata is what she said.
Yeah.
Even though you two have never met, it's what she knows about the Kanata hypothesis,
right?
Which, as we all know, is neurotic people take better care of themselves and they're more self-aware.
Yeah.
No. People who are neurotic and reported more people who are neurotic reported bad health and reported but listen, smoking more, drinking more, worse diet. And so she was like, wait a minute. Are these people just like literally being neurotic about their bad health? But then she looked at all of the health factors and she was like, no, these people are in poor health.
So, but they're living longer?
But they're living longer.
What?
Why are they living longer, Jeff?
That just doesn't seem to add up to me. They're treating themselves worse. They feel bad about it.
They feel bad about it. They're more isolated. They're more stressed. They're more depressed. They're eating junk. They're smoking. They're drinking.
Because God has a sick sense of humor.
They're watching anime. They're playing 8 hours of video games, even though they're not even really having fun. They're just getting frustrated.
It's all typhoid.
I don't know. I'm just making this up.
Right.
I don't know what neurotic people are like or what they're about.
And yet,
I don't know. Don't look at me like that.
They're forced to suffer on this planet longer than others.
Yep.
So tell me the answer. What is it? What is it? What did she come up with in the bowl of data?
Here is the hypothesis that she pulled out of the bowl of data. It's this. Because neurotic people are more worried, they just go to the doctor more. That's
so it's
it.
Preventative medicine is the answer.
It's preventative.
Yeah.
That's all it is. They're in worse health, but because they're in worse health and they think they're going to die at any moment. They think every pain is something terrible.
Wow.
I mean, obviously I'm going on the further edge of the scale. On the let's call it the high middle. Well, let's call it the high middle of the scale, which is where I would be.
It adds up because I think Woody Allen is like 406 years old right now.
Yeah. But he takes the life force of young actresses who feel like their careers are more important than what they're saying politically. And he just steals that and he eats it. And he's like, delicious. And
you can't argue with 406.
We'll never see you again in a movie. And if we do, it won't be one of mine because you'll smarten up. No, so somebody who's on like the high middle end of the scale, a little higher than normal of neuroses is kind of like, yeah, I have been having like a weird kind of chest pain or something.
I'm gonna check it out.
I'm just going to go get it checked out.
Yeah.
Whereas like somebody else may say like,
I'm fine.
It'll go away.
Right. That's me. That, by the way.
That's you.
I'm the guy who's like, I'll be fine.
I would say you're in the low middle because you're also a little neurotic.
Oh, I'm certainly a little neurotic. I'm just not neurotic when it comes to my health.
Yeah.
I just assume I'm going to be fine. And
yeah,
my
you're
wife's
going to
like,
live
take
forever.
medicine. I'm like, I don't want to take it. I don't
Medicine's for humans.
Yeah, I don't need that.
Medicine's for people who aren't going to live forever. And I see no proof that I'm not going to live forever.
Yeah, I'm still here.
I was here yesterday. Mm-hmm. If I'm here tomorrow, my data set is more accurate than your data set.
Exactly.
You're just making shit up. Yeah, and that's all it is like because these people go to the doctor more, doctors catch more things. And what she noticed, Dr. Gale noticed, it was like, oh, they're dying less of things that take people by surprise. They're dying less of things that are kind of huge and instant. Things like heart attacks and strokes and things like these things are being caught. Because neurotic people go to the fucking doctor.
Man.
They lead a more miserable life from day to day.
Yeah, but they protect themselves because of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into a political angle on this one, but it certainly points to the need for actual healthcare instead of just ER healthcare.
Yes.
The people that are like, we have universal health care. Go to the ER. You won't get turned away. Well, guess what? Maybe we should fucking do something before that moment.
Well, and also I would argue that going to the ER when you really feel like, I mean, that's like a $2,000 trip to the ER.
Right.
I mean, that's like,
it's like nobody will be turned away if they can't pay for it at the ER.
No, but you will get called by collection agent. Listen, man, I've gone to the ER and
we're on the same side here.
I've ducked that bill. I'm just saying for anybody who's listening who may know somebody or is somebody who has that opinion, I've gone to the ER and I haven't paid for it. And you know what happens? Goes on collections, goes on your credit report, goes everywhere. They call you all the time.
Right.
You have to pay it. It's a bill. But yeah, so going to the doctor is what makes neurotic people live longer.
Right.
That's it.
Okay. Counterpoint. I don't really like going to the doctor.
Sure.
It's not fun.
No, but here's my thing. It's not unfun. I mean,
it kind of is unfun.
It depends. I mean,
it's like your whole day. You're sitting in a really awful place with awful magazines.
What do you mean your whole day?
It's like a whole day. You can't schedule anything else when there's a doctor appointment on there. It's just like,
why?
You don't know how long it's going to take, and it's
sure you do. How far in advance are you scheduling your doctor's appointments?
I don't go to the doctor, Anthony. I'm all talking about this in the abstract.
Okay, so you don't know anything about anything.
What are doctors?
Wait a minute. So your argument is no, like you can't go to the doctor because it eats up your whole day. I hear.
Yeah,
on sitcoms.
It seems like that.
And reruns
An
of
entire
old stand-up
episode is just going to the doctor.
Just Just old stand-up routines.
Yeah. And that airplane food too. I'll
tell you what. I heard there was a Brian Regan bit from 1987 about like going to the doctor.
Yeah.
And I heard it, and
that's all I know.
He wouldn't lie.
Why would he lie to me?
Why would he lie? Are we all still wearing suspenders and really boxy blazers?
Yeah. I guess this is a good thing. Mm-hmm. I don't think the solution is be more neurotic.
Well,
the solution is go to the doctor more.
Get people to go to the doctor more.
Yeah. Preventative medicine actually works instead of just dealing with it when you have a problem.
Yeah. Well, I think
but nobody does that. I don't do that.
I think we all know that we have to, like, once every 6 months, you're supposed to go get a checkup. You're going to go get a check. See, here's the thing. Here's the nice thing about having a broken brain and a messed up heart like I do, Jeff. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Have to go to the doctor once every 3 months. I have to. Not because, if anybody's listening, not because I'm in any immediate danger, but because
that's just your favorite place to hang out.
It's cool, man.
That's where they forward your mail there.
Goofus and Gallant? No, I have medication that's considered controlled substances. Not just anybody can, like,
for your glaucoma.
For my glaucoma, and it's I have to take it in 3 bongs. I have a 3 bong system that I have to use. There's just a common water pipe, and then there's a gravity, and then there's a lot, and then there's like a show. The third one is what's called the showpiece bong, and there's not anything special about it.
Yeah,
it's just like, holy shit, what is that? Is that 6 feet high? Yeah, it is.
Paint job.
And I keep it next to that weird 90s poster of the 2 lesbians in bed kissing. And then, like, also like a blacklight poster.
All prescribed.
All of it.
All prescribed.
Yeah. That poster that I have on my wall that says beer getting people laid since 1865. All that shit. This is all prescribed.
Yeah. From Dr. Cool.
I have to get new posters every 3 months.
Yeah.
From Dr. Cool. I have to go in, get new posters, get new, like, I have to renew my Maxim subscription. I have to
get new odors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. So because I have to go to the doctor every 90 days, I just naturally get a checkup.
Yeah.
All the time.
And
get blood work done all the time. I mean, is it nice?
I mean, it's nice in the sense that it's out of your hands.
Yeah.
The problem with me is that it's in it's my responsibility.
Sure.
And I'm not going to do it because I got other shit on my plate. And if I don't feel bad, why am I going to go to the doctor?
Well, so it's just the downside of being born tall and healthy and square jawed, Jeff. I don't know what to tell you. It's such a bummer for you.
It's a burden on me.
You're rugged.
Nobody understands
good looks.
how I feel.
No, God, how would they? How would they understand the plight of the good-looking white man?
To try to schedule my own doctor's appointment when I feel great, Anthony.
I feel great. I feel like I'm in control of most of society and culture.
I own most stuff.
I feel like I'm in a demographic where the world is catering to me.
Nobody wishes me ill will.
How can I be sick? And how can I have the time to listen to the opinions of others? I can't.
I can't. I'm required to do that.
I'm too busy doing attractive person things. Yeah. So what it is go to the fucking doctor.
Go to the doctor.
That's all it is.
Oh, wait. You can't afford that? Don't be poor. Okay, first, don't be poor. Second, go to the doctor.
This is a great study for the UK. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Canada could probably listen to this study.
Yeah, Americans.
Most of Europe.
Ignore this.
Yeah.
Americans just get more neurotic.
Americans get so neurotic about the fact that you need to go to the doctor and that you can't afford to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
And then just...
and then you'll start feeling those aches and pains more.
Yeah, and then let me introduce you to Dr. Cool's 3-piece bong system. The best way to stay healthy or not care about it anymore.
Yeah. That's the best.
That's the best way.
Dr. Cool's, say hi to good health.
How do you guys feel about this? And where do you think you fit on the neuroses scale? I would love to hear it. Let's say, let's use a very novel scale.
Oh, a novel
Let's say
scale.
1 is a very low neurotic and 10 is very high.
Oh,
think about
1 to
that.
10.
1 to 10. Has anybody ever used that? I don't think so.
Can't imagine.
Let us know how neurotic you are. And if you think, because Dr. Gale says this is not conclusive yet, do you think this is the reason neurotic people live more?
Also, schedule a doctor's appointment.
Yeah.
That's what I'm taking away from this.
Or schedule a call to your local representative to remind them that healthcare is important so you can schedule a doctor's appointment.
That would be good too.
And well, you can't let us know about your doctor's appointment on Twitter, but let us know about the rest. I'm at A Carboni.
I'm at Jeff Canada.
And you can hashtag those. Dateable. And hey, are you going to PAX?
I'm going to PAX.
I know you are. I'm going to go to PAX too.
We're going to both be at PAX. We should do a show.
Okay, let's do it. Sunday, 6 p.m. Good for you?
That works. That's actually perfect because we have a theater then.
Great. What theater do we have?
Sandworm.
Sandworm.
I think.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Sunday, 6 p.m., Sandworm Theater. Come see us. I'm going to say we'll have merch, but y'all know how that goes. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. But like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Maybe we got merch.